Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Lance. Hope everybody's doing well with their time at home and everybody's staying safe and healthy. This is a picture of my son, and this is a video that we took just today, and I'm using it to help to explain the concept of gravitational energy to everybody. Gravitational energy is a form of potential energy, and it depends on two different factors. It depends on first, the position of an object, the position of an object off of a higher elevation. It also depends on a mass of the object. In this case, my son and I are demonstrating using a basketball. So up here at this position, my son Christian is holding the basketball at the highest height possible. The ball isn't moving yet, so all of its energy is in the form of stored energy, potential energy. In this case, it's gravitational energy. Since the ball is moving, there is no kinetic energy. It is all in the form of stored energy. In a moment, I'll push play, and you can see the ball falling from the high up position. And it fell, and it continued to bounce. But we are most concerned with the ball going from its elevated position all the way down to the ground level, and forgetting the bounces at this time. We'll get to the bounces later on in our study of physics. So let's go back. So at this position up at the very, very top, my son is holding the ball. It's not moving, so it has no kinetic energy. All of its energy, 100% of its stored energy, so that would be gravitational energy. No other forms of energy in this case really are present. As the ball falls, it starts to move. When it begins to move, that gravitational potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy. Now, at this position, I would say in height, that ball is 3/4 of the way still elevated up in the air. So it still has a lot of its potential energy. Only 1/4 of its stored energy has been converted into kinetic energy. As it continues to fall, let's try to estimate maybe a halfway point about right here. And at this point, it has lost half of its height. So half of its stored energy has now become kinetic energy. It is moving faster at this position than it was right here, and is definitely moving faster than it was up at the top when it wasn't moving at all. So up here, it was 100% stored gravitational energy. 1/4 of that energy converted into kinetic energy at this position about here, and now we're at about halfway down. Half the energy has been transformed into kinetic energy. If I continue this video downward and get down to about the 3/4 mark, somewhere in this area and here, 3/4 of its height is now gone. So energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can be transferred or transformed into other areas or into other objects. In this case, that gravitational energy is becoming more and more kinetic energy. It's going even faster than it ever was at this position down here. Now, we're going to pretend we could get this ball for its final position just at that instant where it's about to touch that ground, and it has no further elevation off the ground whatsoever. So it has no more stored energy in it at all. All of its stored potential gravitational energy has become kinetic energy, and the ball would be going at its absolute fastest right at that little split second before it impacts the ground. And since it has no elevation, it has no more potential energy.